Hello everyone, welcome to my program. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from Bukit Mentajam and now I'm staying in Kluang, Johor. So welcome everyone. As you know, I'm now uploading my video teaching you how to do your MUET paper. Now some people say MUET, I say MUET, it's okay. The important thing is you know that this is the Malaysian University English test. A test which you have to get a minimum of 3, band 3 before you can actually enter university. I have mentioned before, if you want to join critical courses like pharmacy, medicine, engineering courses, you need to have 4 and above. If you want to take law, usually it's the same, 4 and above. If you can get 5, it's better. Okay, so this is the English test. Before this video, I have actually taught you and uploaded listening paper 800/1. That is the listening paper I have already taught you. So now I'm going to teach you how to answer paper 800/2, which is the speaking paper. Now as you know, you have to answer 2 questions for speaking. So we call them part 1 and part 2. So if you look here, now I'm discussing with you, I'm teaching you how to answer part 1. Okay, my next video, I will teach you how to answer part 2. For now, is part 1. Part 1 is called individual presentation. Individual means you alone have to talk for 2 minutes. So once you get the question, you are given a preparation time of 2 minutes. So preparation 2 minutes. Presentation 2 minutes. You have to talk by yourself for 2 minutes. But you are given 2 minutes to prepare, to make notes. Because by that time you already know your topic. Now, you are given a task. There are 4 candidates altogether in a group. So usually it's a long table, rectangular table. 1 examiner here, 1 examiner here, 2 examiners. And then 4 candidates. Candidate A, candidate B, facing candidate C, candidate D. So it's like A, B, C, D. And then examiner, examiner. 6 people in the room. Okay, usually it's like this. So you are given a situation. 1 situation, 4 persons talk about the same situation. Let me give you an example. For example, our country is facing serious pollution problems. What are the ways to solve the pollution problem in our country? So candidate A, ban open burning. So you have to talk about ban open burning. You are candidate A. You have to talk about ban open burning. You cannot, excuse me, can I change the question? No. If you get that question, you have to speak that question. You have no choice. Candidate B maybe has to talk about, the question maybe says that the government must strictly, must give a high penalty, okay, or punishment to those who practice open burning. Okay, because open burning is one of the reasons why pollution happens. Candidate C maybe has to talk about the role of the media, mass media and social media. And then candidate D maybe has to talk about long-term solution, which is create awareness on the danger of pollution, okay, to a country and to the citizens. So you get the topic, you have to speak. You cannot say, I don't want to speak this, can I change the topic? No. And when you get the topic, the examiner will tell you, okay, you are given 2 minutes to prepare. You may start now. So you start writing. Okay, stop. Then you have to stop. Then now is presentation time. Candidate A, you may start now. So candidate A, start talking. Okay. Now, there are 7 topics Your questions will be based on these 7 topics. The first one is education, the theme. So education can mean, example, discipline. The discipline problems in schools are getting worse. What are the ways to solve the discipline problems that our schools face? So A, B, C, D. Or how to raise the level of maths and science in our secondary schools, example only. So it's about education. It could come out as a health problem. Any question related to health. For example, there are many cases of very young people getting diabetes. So what are the factors that lead to a person being diabetic? Factors. Or it could be, what are the ways to prevent COVID-19 from happening again? It could be like this. Anything to do with health. Or doing exercise is very important. So why do we need to do exercise? Example, okay? And then it could be on environment, which I mentioned just now, pollution. It can also be, the question can also come out based on consumerism. You know that consumerism comes from the word consumer. So the question will come out, debit card, credit cards, about mega sales, cheap sales, you know, how it affects us as consumers, or inflation, or how to spend our money wisely. All this comes under consumerism. Or how to prevent inflation. What is the role of a consumer to stop inflation from becoming worse? Okay? It could be on financial matters. Usually, financial matters is yourself, how you manage your money. So savings could come out, a topic on savings, the importance of saving money. Or how we manage the money that we have, long-term planning. Okay? Economy. Economy mostly I think should come out on the country's economy. We as the citizens of the country, how can we ensure that the economy of our country maintains or become better and better? Example. And then another topic that can come out is science and technology. We are now living in the era of technology. So why do you think it's important to have a handphone? So A, B, C, D, you talk about it. Or maybe disadvantages. Technology brings about many disadvantages. One of it is handphones. Then they give you A, B, C, D, you have to talk about it. Okay, so these are the topics that the questions will come out. They are based on all these 7 main topics. Then I'm going to teach you now how to answer individual presentation. You can follow here. So you are given a situation. The situation is this. We want to have a happy life. What is the key to this? What is the key to being happy? Happiness. So candidate A must talk about being wealthy. The question is given to the candidate. So you see I write, there are 10 sentences altogether. I believe can cover 2 minutes. I believe so. Okay? So remember that you have to give 2 to 3 main points. I think 2 main points are enough. You need to elaborate. If you talk about 3 main points in 2 minutes, I believe you have no chance to elaborate. You just give the main point, give a reason, and then you move to the next one. And I think such answers won't be good. So if you want a good answer, you need to expand, you need to elaborate. So you follow the sample here. Okay, you can follow. Of course, if you have your own school teacher to teach you how to do it, and he or she has a special format, you can follow also. It's okay, it's okay. So you start by, if it is morning, a very good morning to the examiners and fellow candidates. If it is in the afternoon, so a very good afternoon to the examiners and fellow candidates. That is your first sentence. That is how you should start being polite. Your second sentence would be your thesis statement, meaning to say you directly, second sentence, you directly tell us what you want to say. Do not drag a long introduction. You don't get anything. Okay, no need long introduction. It's just wasting people's time. So the second sentence, what do you say? First of all, say your candidate, which candidate you are. Let people know. So as candidate A, I think, and then answer the question. The key to have a happy life is being wealthy. See or not? I directly let people know what I'm going to talk about, my thesis statement. And then the third sentence I say like this. There are several reasons to support my stand. Here stand is not like what I'm doing now, stand. Here stand is your position, your idea. Or you can say like this. You can choose one. Why do I say so? Firstly, see, first point. I give my main point. Being wealthy can enable us to have a good physical life. This is because when we are wealthy, we can ensure that we live in physical comfort. For example, we can buy a big house, we can have a big car because we can afford to. We can have lots of good furniture to enable us to rest comfortably at home. You see or not? Main point, reason, this is because, and then I give the example. Okay, then I move to the second point. Secondly, if I have more than one example, I can still carry on. I can say besides. With plenty of money, I can look after myself physically. I can go for grooming. I can go for manicure and pedicure. I can buy plenty of beautiful clothes to wear to make me feel more confident and happy. And then I go to the second point if I want to. So second or secondly, being wealthy can ensure that we have good mental health. Then I say this is because. Reason. Give the point, give the reason, support my point. This is because when we have a strong and good mental health, it means to say we have less worries. So having money will make sure that, will ensure that I don't worry so much, because I can solve all my problems with money. For example, suddenly I face a problem that my child wants to go overseas to study, and we know that going to further studies overseas needs a lot of money. But I don't have that kind of worry because I have plenty of money. So when we have a lot of money, we are wealthy. We don't have such worries because money can solve the problem. So it is good for our mental health. We all know that out there, people commit suicide because they face money issues. They are sad, they are depressed, they are worried. They don't know when they can get the next bowl of rice. But being wealthy, we do not have such worries. So we can solve our mental and physical problems. So I've said, all right, I go to the conclusion. Make a conclusion. In conclusion, I wish to reiterate, or I can say I wish to emphasize, or I wish to stress that, I repeat this. The key to have a happy life is being wealthy. Repeat. Okay, to drive home my message. Thank you. That's it. I have already finished. Okay, so you can follow this format if you want, or you may have your own format. Okay, I think this is complete. Now remember this. When you are speaking, make sure that your eyes are on the clock. Usually in the examination hall, there is a clock somewhere. Your eyes are there, or you know, you have a watch or whatever. Because you should not speak more than 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, whatever you say, you get nothing. And the worst thing is, 2 minutes is up, you didn't even conclude and say a thank you. See? What kind of answer is that? Your answer is hanging in the air. How good can it be? Alright, so make sure that you control your timing. And it should not be less than 1 minute 45 seconds. 1 minute 45 seconds, I repeat. Do not be less, do not speak less than that. 1 minute 45 seconds. Otherwise, you lose marks for content. Okay, so remember that. And just follow, okay? First of all, greetings, a very good morning to the examiners and my fellow candidates or fellow candidates. Second sentence is your thesis statement. Directly tell people who you are. You are candidate A or B or C or D, and then tell us what you want to talk about. And then you have an opening sentence. There are several reasons to support my stand. Or I can say, why do I say so? Then I give my point. I believe 2 points is good enough. If you based on this, I'm sure it's around 2 minutes. No need to have 3 points from my point of view. If you want to, it's okay, but because you can. But I think 2 points should be enough. Because we need to elaborate. If you say 3 points, maybe you don't even elaborate. So you're like giving notes. That is going to cause you to lose marks. You cannot take like a point, I got so many points, but you didn't even elaborate. You didn't even give us the proof and the examples. So I think it's not too good, my opinion. So, firstly, give the main point. Once you have given the main point, give a reason to support your main point. And after that, give examples. 1 example or 2 is okay. And then go to your second point. You can say second, you can say secondly. Then talk about your main point, same thing. Give the reason, give examples. So finish already, what do? Conclude. Remember to give a conclusion. The answer is a presentation. You need to conclude. See or not? So when you conclude, you are actually repeating the thesis statement. And then you must remember to thank everyone for listening. So thank you. And then the examiner will call the next candidate to speak. Okay, so I have already told you everything that I should say, I believe I should tell you. Now, I hope that I have helped. Whatever I have done here can help you a little. Because as far as I know, there are many candidates who have registered, but they don't really know what they should do. Because there's no one to guide them. So by watching my video, I hope that it helps you. Okay, and of course there are students who are actually in school doing STPM, so they have MUET classes, but they don't get to practice as often as they want to, or they don't even know how to do it. Not because it is the MUET teacher's fault, but then the teacher has to teach so many things. Maybe the teacher can't really allocate time to specially focus on speaking. Okay, so if you watch my video and you know, then I hope it helps you. Okay, the teacher has a lot to do actually. And we must also remember there are school holidays, and there are public holidays, and then sometimes when there are exams, 2 or 3 weeks, the teachers cannot get to teach because the students are busy doing their exams, So there is a lack of time as well. And then for foundation students and for matriculation students, the same problem. Now, the university will not specially teach you MUET. They might, if the lecturer on the lecturer's own accord, the lecturer might spend a little time to just guide you, and tell you how to do. But they're not obligated to do it. Why? Because I tell you, in the university with 1 year, doing matriculation or foundation, actually they're squeezing the time, So the lecturers are really, really so busy. They have to teach you everything within that time so that you can finish and go to university year 1. So that is why maybe you are a foundation student, a matriculation student, or STPM student, and especially to the Chinese independent school students. Most of the students in the Chinese independent schools, sometimes they don't get to have to practice all this because the teachers are too busy teaching UEC, United Examination Certificate. Because if they have to prepare you for the UEC, then how can they take time again to teach you all these extra exams? So they are really very busy as well. Okay, so because of all these things, I thought to myself, probably I can share so that more of you can benefit and can learn something from me. Okay, so I hope you'll give me a like, share and subscribe, and in my next video I will teach you how to manage a group discussion, how to contribute in a group discussion, and what are the problems that possibly can happen. Okay, so thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.